Hey guys, Tisha here, and we are back with another Basketball Wives of Orlando review. This one got on my nerves because I don't understand how this one comment from Nique has now turned into all this other unnecessary drama, but we're going to go ahead and get into it. So we begin the episode seeing Mulan setting up for the Last Supper, and we get to see a lot of the different set of ladies talking. We see Morgan and Danielle, and they're at the bar before the event, and Morgan is letting Danielle know that according to Nique and Mulan said they were bullies. Morgan is pissed and Danielle is too. What I don't understand about this whole situation is if Nique and Morgan were supposed to be friends or cordial, whatever the story is, why wouldn't she, when she found out this information from Nique, why wouldn't she call Nique and ask Nique what was said? Because if she would have done that, a lot of this could have been eliminated. These two ladies, and by two ladies, I'm talking about Morgan and Danielle, are really sitting here acting like because of what they're going through that people are supposed to treat them with kid gloves and that we should feel sorry for them because of what they've been through with their exes. I don't feel sorry for them. I'm actually getting really annoyed by them. Megan meets up with Ashley to see why she's not blending in with the group. She says that she feels like Ashley needs to be honest about the things that she's done and own her stuff. She brings out how, you said that you and Morgan were just basketball friends and how you didn't play a part in certain things, but you did. And I'm just like, okay, Megan, you're sitting here trying to advise Ashley on what she should do when you were one of the main people who was talking crap about her. You cracked jokes about her hair and did all that other stuff, but now you're sitting here trying to act like you're going to help her bridge the gap. Megan being the peacemaker isn't working for me. Ashley says she's okay with being on the island all by herself. And at this point, she needs Morgan to stop playing victim and she wants her to get over it. Here's the thing. I don't like Ashley. I don't agree with a lot of things that she's done. I do believe that there's some truth to it, but she's right. At this point, Morgan does need to get over it because Morgan's ex is married, I think. If he's not married, I know he is at least with the girl. And they have several children together. So why are we still talking about what Ashley did or didn't do when he is in a whole nother relationship? I still want to know if anybody has found out how long they've been divorced, because Morgan is acting like this just happened a year ago. Danielle and Morgan arrive at the Last Supper and their energy is off immediately. They come in the room, they see where their name tags are, and they move it from the end where it is to the opposite end. So basically they moved away from Mackenzie and put to the opposite end, but they didn't realize the opposite end just didn't have Nique on it, but it also had Ashley. Danielle tells Mulan, like, I don't see why you're so upset about us moving our seats. You over there sitting with your friends, so why can't I sit next to mine? Mulan is saying, like, I'm sitting here because we're neutral. We're not in the middle of it. Like, we're the middle people. But they don't see it as that way. Nique then starts to talk about how she's in a tough position because of things that were being said during the girls' night out, as well as at the salon with Nique and Mulan. And she talks about how she didn't like the comment about the hair thing. Megan says she made a joke about her hair because she does not feel like Ashley should be wearing locks because she does not feel like that's a style for her race. And Ashley's like, I'm biracial. So, I'm black. I'm biracial. What are you talking about? She stands corrected. That's the end of that. They didn't go too much into that. Instead, we went back to the whole bully thing. Nique says, when did we call her bullies? And we don't see the clip, which is interesting to me that VH1 didn't play the clip of what was said. And I think part of it is because Nique them never really flat out called her a bully. They kind of alluded to it. The bully word came out of Nique's mouth. While Nique is trying to explain what happened. Morgan keeps talking and interrupting her. So she tells her to be quiet, B. And this then turns into a napkin being thrown by Nique and people standing up and drinks being thrown and hands being in the air. And some kind of way, Mulan got hit by Danielle. Nique is so upset that she follows them out of the restaurant, attempting to fight them, and says, okay, yeah, I called you a bully. What's up? Here's the thing. I still don't feel like Nique called them a bully. I feel like she alluded to it. I feel like Nikki's the one who used the term bully. I feel like they all look stupid sitting in that restaurant, including Nique, arguing about something so dumb because it serves no purpose. Even if you did, it's not that big a deal, which involves y'all getting each other's faces and leaning over the table and do all that other stuff. Nique was trying to establish herself because she was being disrespected, but you can't go around calling people the B word and thinking that it's going to be okay. Everybody doesn't feel that way. All of this to me happened because of what Nique told Morgan. Nique is fake because Nique was the one sitting there laughing and agreeing with whatever Nique and Mulan said in that shop. But then she went to Morgan and she presented it as something else. Morgan and Danielle came in hot because of what Nique said. She made it seem like they were talking mad crap when she's the one who used the bully word. Nique lied on them. But she excluded herself from the conversation and she used it in a way to make it seem like it was worse than what it was. They didn't say that much about the situation for us to be sitting here talking about it for the whole episode, which to me, this episode was kind of a waste. And there's parts that I'm leaving out because I don't care about Lindsay going to see her baby on the ultrasound and bringing Morgan with her and her husband being overseas. Doesn't really matter to me. I forget that Lindsay's there half of the time. Now we're supposed to believe, because of everything that happened, that the only neutral person is Megan. Mulan lets them know, because they're out to eat, that she was trying to break up the fight. But Danielle swung on her. And that Nique started it by running her mouth. We see Morgan and Danielle and Nique also talking. And Mulan is saying, like, they came in hot because of what Nique said. It's true. Nique did escalate this situation by calling Morgan a B. And after that, it was all over. Now, as they're talking, they show Nique with Danielle and Morgan. And Nique is letting them know that Mulan told her makeup artist not to work with Nique. So Nique decided to put, all three of them in a group chat. They had a back and forth. And at some point, Nique said, "Toodles Oompa Loompa." Remember, Nique said, "Toodles Oompa Loompa." Next thing you know, Nique starts crying and shows us a picture that Mulan sent her of herself standing back. It was from behind with Nique, the way she looks from behind. I guess saying, like, you have no room to call me a Oompa Loompa. So now Nique is here crying because Nique is a part of the victim group that includes her, Danielle, and Morgan, because life has wronged them so much. And she's so hurt because basically Mulan is kind of like fat shaming her and talking about her body. Nique started calling Mulan names first. So all that I'm so self-conscious stuff, and I eat a lot when I stress, and I'm self-conscious of the way my body looks and all of that, and the tears. I was annoyed by it because for Morgan and Danielle to sit there and to be wiping this girl's tears after she said to them and read it verbatim in her phone that she called her a Oompa Loompa first, I can't take that crap. I don't want to hear anything else about the side chicks and all this other stuff that we keep hearing because they're not taking it up with their ex, and I want them to take it up with their ex. It's just coming off as Morgan and Danielle are being very bitter. Danielle is mad at Mackenzie, and I feel like she wants everybody to dislike her, which is something that you even saw in the conversation that she had with Mulan in the park. She was like, "Oh, so you like Mackenzie now? What does it matter?" She already said that she was neutral. So if she's neutral, then that meant that she liked the both of you. You keep taking all this frustration out on Mackenzie and the people around her, but you're not taking it out on your guy or your ex-guy. Where is your ex-guy? When are you going to have a conversation with him? They're sitting there and they're joking about how Mackenzie didn't say a word, how you forgot that she was there. She's so forgettable. And Danielle says, you know, like, I really wanted to talk to her, but I didn't get a chance to. How did you really want to talk to her, but you moved your place card? Because she had your place card across from her, and you moved it from being across from her to the other end of the table. So what, was she supposed to talk to you across 3 or 4 other people, and y'all were supposed to have a conversation like this when you could have sat directly across from her? No. That's not what you did. Instead, what you did was you went to the other table, being a follower with Morgan and sitting on that end of the table. I liked Morgan in the first episode. I was kind of on the fence about her in the next, and now I'm just completely over it. I'm so annoyed with the whole dynamic. We see Mackenzie go over to Nique's house with her kids and Nique's son. They talk about how important it is for them to try to work on their co-parenting relationship, even when Dwayne, which is Nique's boyfriend and the father of Mackenzie's 2 children, is not there. We see them playing the pool. We see Kaiser, which is Nique's son, with Mackenzie. They laugh, they talk. They talk about what happened the previous dinner, and Nique said that she shouldn't have threw the napkin. And she did insinuate that they were being mean girls, but she got frustrated because it would have been nice if Morgan would have let her speak. But Morgan kept talking over her because Morgan thinks that she's a nice girl and that she could do that. She was like, I'm unproblematic. I don't get into the middle of stuff and all that. And I was getting frustrated because here I am and I'm trying to express myself and she keeps talking over me. It sounds about right because that's what happened. We later see, let me say this. I don't agree with what Nique did. I think that Nique handled herself the wrong way. I didn't like it. She should have went about it differently. And because she did what she did, it did escalate. We see Nique and Mackenzie later on doing Pilates, and Nique is even rocking Ashley's brand. I noticed the bag that she was holding was Ashley's brand. It's nice to see them getting along and being cordial for the sake of the kids. We find out that Mackenzie is going out of town to see Rashad, and she wants to have a reset. She says she wants to be with him all the time, but she knows that that's not realistic, especially with them having kids and stuff, and that she misses him. And she says she's going back to the farm to see him. And what I thought was, it's interesting that she says she's going back to the farm to see him, because we know that Danielle's children are at the farm with their father currently. And Danielle has made it clear that she does not want anybody who's not married to him to be around their kids. So how does this work? Does he send them to another family member? Like, where are they at when she's in town? Or does she come over at night once they're asleep? End of that. We then have Danielle, Megan, Morgan, Lindsay, and Nique going boxing to let out some anger. Danielle's fighting extra hard, and they're bringing all this attention to how she's fighting. And then after they're done with class, Megan asks if something happened to her Instagram because it looks like it got deleted. And was it because of Mulan? And Megan's trying to really act like she's playing the role of the middle person, but she's not. She does start some of the drama as well. She lets us know that she went on a rant on social media because somebody sent her a picture of her ex and Mackenzie. Get over it, girl. We do not care at this point. Danielle lets them know that she wants to heal, and I wish she would heal off the show. I do. Because I don't know how to take Danielle. When I saw Danielle on the FaceTime call with her son, talking to him about, you know, how much she misses him, and him saying he wants her to come to the farm, and her letting her son know she's going to be back in basketball, and seeing that interaction, I liked her. But when I see the other side of her, how she acts with Morgan, how she keeps talking about this situation with Mackenzie, and she seems to be more upset with Mackenzie than she does with her ex-fiance, it bothers me. She admits that she lets her emotions get the best of her, but I'm tired of the excuses. It's just like, girl, deal with him. Mackenzie owes her nothing. Danielle and Mulan meet at the park. Danielle wants them to talk about things, but Mulan feels like it's too little too late because it took over a week for her to reach out to Mulan in this way. Mulan says that even before they walked all the way in, she felt their energy. Danielle brings up how, yeah, well, you made the mean girl comment. And I don't feel like calling them a mean girl is a big deal, especially since they're acting like mean girls. She said, your friend started it when she leaned over the table. That's your friend. She said, yeah, that is my friend. She leaned over the table, but you all have been aggressive as well and on multiple occasions. I've never seen Nique get like that. She said, Danielle said, I was just protecting my friend. And she said, protecting your friend involved punching me. And I was just trying to de-escalate the situation by reaching my hand out. I wasn't hitting anybody. My question is, who do you guys feel like is to blame? Because I feel like it's a combination of two people. I think that Nique is to blame, and I feel like Nique is to blame. Because if Nique didn't throw whatever she threw and leaned all in the face and called the girl a B, maybe it wouldn't have escalated to the point that it did. But ultimately, for me, I'm blaming Nique because Nique is over here throwing rocks and hiding her hands, acting like she didn't cause all of this. Mulan said that she feels like the only reason why Danielle apologized is because of Megan, because shortly after she had to talk with Megan, then here we go getting an apology from her. So she didn't feel like it was genuine. Mulan says we could be cordial, but I don't feel like it's going to be how it was before. I don't have any beef with Mackenzie. Mackenzie's fine, and you need to heal from whatever you had going on with Rashad, and then at some point talk to her. And I agree. I feel like Mulan was right with what she said in that moment. Mulan is mad because she punched her. And you punched me in my face, I'm going to be mad too. And I'll have to be honest, I'm going to want to get you back. Like Mulan talking about being cordial with her, I don't think I can't be cordial until I get my lick back. Sorry, you may disagree with me, but that's how I am. That's how I feel. This woman, Mackenzie, owes Danielle nothing. And the amount of anger that she has towards Mackenzie at this point isn't warranted. You didn't know her. Y'all weren't friends. Y'all weren't in the same group. She started dating him. He told her whatever he told her, and now they're together. That's it. Y'all, let me know your thoughts down below. Like and subscribe, and until next time.